Give me a second. Keep your panties on. I'm not here for your entertainment.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
We should be mindful.
Hello.
Yes? Tenpenny Tower is a wonderful place to live, isn't it?
You take care of those ghouls yet? Look, kid, I don't care what you think about them. Unless Tenpenny says otherwise. They aren't allowed in here. End of story. Quit wasting my time. Hell no. Tenpenny won't allow it, and I take my orders from him. He'd be out of his goddamn mind. But like I said, ultimately, I work for him, so whatever he says goes. But I wouldn't like it. You mean the generator room? What the hell do you need to know about that for? That area is strictly off limits. There's an emergency entrance to the tunnels, you know, for when the bombs fell. We siphon power from the metro grid to keep our generators running. I've got the only key, and I ain't lending it to you. I lost it once and had to make a new one. Tenpenny practically bit my head off, so forget it. It's dark in those tunnels. Shoot first and ask questions later.
Well, well, what have we here? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Susan Lancaster. Perhaps we can become better acquainted in the near future? Me too. Especially rich, fine young men. Listen, you look like you can handle yourself. You survived out there in the wasteland getting here, after all. You ever have to deal with ghouls? Fine, never mind. I thought you were a real man. Turns out you're just a scared little boy. I've come too far to share my digs with some droopy ghoul. Well, if you don't mind their stink, then you should go squat with them in their dirty tunnels and leave us civilized people alone. I'm done with the wasteland, and I've been everywhere else. There isn't anything better than this. Damn you and your ghouls. I'm not going anywhere. I'll talk to Tenpenny. I bet I can live in Burke's place. He's never around anyway. And when he does come back, I'll make sure he's fine with the new arrangement. I'll just send up for my food. I'll never even have to look at you or your ghoul buddies. Hey there. Is there something I can do for you? Beats living out there in the wasteland, trust me. See, I'm not like these other puffed-up fogies. I earned my way into privilege. I worked to get here. Yeah, supposedly there's some kind of emergency access to the metro tunnels. It'd have to be a pretty big emergency to get me down there, that's for sure. There's all kinds of gross things that live in those tunnels. Talk to Chief Gustavo if you want to know more. I think he's the only one that has a key. Later then.
You're new around here. I'm Margaret Primrose. I run the Café Beau Monde. Stop by sometime. I've heard they carry diseases. I'd have to sanitize everything after them all the time. Besides, they are dangerous, aren't they? I don't know, as long as they don't cause trouble. And they'd have to try to fit in with our established community. I guess I'd be willing to give it a try. I guess so, sure. It's a great place to live. I've always dreamed of giving people fresh meals and a place to relax and enjoy a good conversation or two. Tenpenny gave me a place to do that. I'm greatly indebted to him for that. Indeed, everyone who lives here has worked hard to get here. That's why we can't just let those ghouls in. They demand the right to live here, but what have they done to prove themselves worthy? I guess I never thought of it that way. It's probably really hard just living day to day like that. Now I feel a little ashamed. I haven't, but every so often, Gustavo takes someone down there to work on the generators when we lose power. That hasn't happened in a while, though. Every day it's the same thing. The man has no imagination with his meals. But it's his building, so every day I make that damned iguano bit sandwich, no salt, with a peeled pear on the side. Send it up to the penthouse. What are you in the mood for? Bon appetit!
Welcome to Boutique La Chic. I'm Lydia Montenegro, proprietor. Here you'll find only the best, with a price tag you can boast about to your friends. Your taste in shopping venue is impeccable. How may I assist you? What are you talking about? You mean the basement of Tenpenny Tower? What a random question. Why should I know anything about a basement? Why don't you run off and find Gustavo? I'm sure he could help you find whatever it is you're looking for. I see my boutique has proved to be an irresistible lure. Welcome back. You're being serious? That's out of the question. What an absurd notion. I think you must have been out in the sun too long. Perhaps I could sell you a nice hat to keep your brain from frying? You horrible little zombie lover. What right do you and your disgusting buddies have to push honest, hard-working, important people around like that? Where do you propose I live? Don't worry. Did you just step out of a vault? Haven't you seen what's out there? I'm doomed. And it's all your fault. Where will I go?
This is the Tenpenny Wellness Clinic, and I am Dr. Banfield. I keep the residents healthy. Yes, the healing art is a rewarding occupation. Is there something I can help you with? All right, you're not that banged up. A couple of painkillers should do you fine. That'll be 50 caps. Then stop wasting my time. He's the landlord, although you hardly ever see him. I had to treat him once for bed sores, if you know what I mean. Wait, don't tell him I said that. People are healthy here. They eat well and have a strong roof over their head. Tenpenny is very selective about who he allows to live here. The correct genes and living conditions make for a relatively disease-free environment. Clean water is still a concern, of course, but we've got enough chems to keep the radiation sickness at bay. That's why he won't allow those ghouls to live here. Why introduce a weakness into a healthy system? Well, I guess I must confess, I've never examined a ghoul up close. You're right. I shouldn't make assumptions. There's those access tunnels that lead underground. Those are sealed by a door. Then there is some place down there where they keep the generators. Occasionally something goes wrong down there and we lose power. Then Burke goes out and finds a technician. We haven't had any blackouts in a while. If you want to get into the gen room, you'll need to talk to Gustavo, though I doubt he'll take you on a tour or let you wander around down there. My current theory is that the destructive disease of the ghoul condition will always eventually render him little more than a mindless killer. The proverbial wasteland zombie with a predilection for raw human flesh. They can't be cured, and there's nothing to alleviate the symptoms. All in all, it seems rather sad, really. I'm not sure. My first responsibility is the health and welfare of the residents of Tenpenny Tower. Ghouls often carry diseases due to radiation, damaging their immune systems. Well, if they don't mind me giving them a thorough exam, and if they agree to follow any directives I give them regarding health and hygiene, I suppose I wouldn't mind too terribly. It'd give me a chance to study ghoul physiology. Sure, no problem. I have some first aid supplies I can sell. Remember, just say no to drugs, unless I prescribe them.
Not ready to take on those ghouls after all? Huh?
Hello? We are safe from the wasteland in here.
Welcome to the Federalist Lounge. I'm Shakes. Wet your whistle. I see, sir. Very well. May I pour you a drink? Don't you worry about any such thing, sir. Care to wet your whistle? Don't have any data in my files about that. Care to wet your whistle? He is the right Lord and Master of Tenpenny Tower. Or at least that's what my files say. I have an excellent selection of thirst quenchers. Cheers.
Good to see you.
My name is Tiffany Cheng. My miserable excuse for a husband is Comrade Irving Cheng, and you can tell him I said so. Do you know he tried forming a committee to discuss the ghoul situation? A committee! He made himself chairman, of course. What we need is somebody to do something, not just talk about it. Don't suppose you know anything about ghouls, do you? I wish I could. I get nightmares from time to time. It's very clean and safe here. Well, mostly safe. They say those ghouls won't get in, but I don't know. Maybe try talking to Mr. Tenpenny or Chief Gustavo. They're probably the ones who would know. They're living in the nearby tunnels. They scare me. Why doesn't somebody do something? I don't know. I mean, they're all deformed and scary looking. I bet they're really mean, too. Well, you seem like you know what you're talking about. I guess I'd be willing to give it a try. I might not spend much time with them. And if they do anything stupid, I'm sure they'll get kicked out. Fine. It's okay. I guess so. Oh, all right. See you.
Yes?
Morning. Welcome to New Urban Apparel. I carry the finest in pre-war clothes. Hurry up, let's get you out of those old rags and into something fabulous. With my fashion sense and your bottle caps, there's no limit to what we can do for your image. I can't wait to get started. A very well-dressed gentleman when he bothers to get dressed. He hardly ever leaves his penthouse suite. Only those deserving to live here can afford it. And let me tell you, those who do live in style. And you can thank me for that. I'm the resident guide to all things fabulous. And I'll tell you what isn't ever in style: disgusting ghouls getting their rotting paws all over everything. That's a silly question. What I have against ghouls is that they are ghouls. I hear there are some tunnels underground for use in emergencies. Ask Gustavo. He's in charge of all those kinds of things. They were told they can't live here, but those zombies are too stupid to understand. They live in their own filth, squatting in the nearby metro tunnel. Security keeps shooting them, but they keep coming back. It's my turn, eh? Well, you won't be getting me to go along with your ridiculous plan. Ghouls aren't human. They live in filth. They eat their own babies. You're out of your right freaking mind. You'll regret this. I've spent years collecting all this fabulous merchandise. I won't stand for this. Where the hell am I supposed to go? The only suitable place is Tenpenny Tower. Everywhere else stinks and caters to low-life scum like you. I'll die out there. I just know it. There must be somewhere safe out there.
I really hope you're not thinking of breaking into there. And how are you this time?
Yes? Yes?
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
We must walk softly.
Well, what's the status on Moy Phillips and his gang? Well, what's the status on Moy Phillips and his gang?
Hey.
Hello? Yes?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Reports that a couple of costume kooks have been battling for control of the settlement called Canterbury Commons.
Good to see you.
One of these wackos seems to be assisted by robots, and the other by mutated bugs. Take you to Canterbury Commons. Keep your head down and your assault rifle loaded for crazy. Until next time, this is Three Dog, ow! And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio, bringing you the truth, no matter how bad.
Herbert Dashwood. Damn glad to meet you. Call me Daring. Everyone else does.
Children, this stuff's important. Remember, children,
Maybe you've heard the GNR radio play? The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood? That's about me, you know. Based on my, earlier days. I even had a ghoul manservant. Let me ask you, you ever met a ghoul before? Ah, you've already learned some wisdom in your youth. Congratulations.
But for God's sake, don't go waving the white flag. They'll just strangle you with it.
Well, until recently, the only danger you ever faced in this fine establishment was bumping into all the bloated egos floating around. But now there's a group of ghouls nearby. I've tried explaining that they don't all want to eat you, though some do, of course. Problem is, it's hard to tell which is which. Chief Gustavo has initiated a shoot first and ask later policy. If they're smart, they'll stay away. Haven't you ever heard the radio play? The Adventures of Herbert Daring Dashwood? That guy at the radio station put it together a few years ago. He did it in the style of those shows they had before the war. Came out pretty well. And it's all true. Rockopolis, Miss Chase, all of it. Of course, they do portray me as a bit of a chump. Argyle may have saved my hide more than once, but I had my moments. Ah, those were the days. Aha! So you've been exploring the tower. Well done. Let's just say that Gustavo's not the only one with a key for the generator room. Well, it does get a trifle bit boring around here, and to spice things up, I like to do a little exploring. Oh, I always put everything back. Well, almost everything. I occasionally keep a memento, like Gustavo's key to the generator room. Have you noticed how he turns a delightful shade of purple when he's angry? Well, kid, there are 2 keys floating around. Which one do you think you can nab without getting caught? Good luck. Argyle was my manservant. Ah, but that's really just a fancy word for the guy who saves my sorry skin on a regular occasion. He was a ghoul, you see. Been around since before the war. We met when I stole his girlfriend back in '41. We'd been best friends ever since. We got separated a long time ago and never reunited. If you find Argyle out there somewhere, you be sure and tell me, okay? Bah! I thought you were more interesting than that. Fine. But you better not get caught with that. Some ghouls moved into the nearby metro tunnel. There's a bunch of the so-called feral ghouls in there, but a handful seem the sociable type. I've tried explaining to my fellow tenants that not all ghouls are monsters, but they don't seem to care. The intelligent ones should stay away from our trigger-happy protectors. If there are enough feral ones, though, they could overwhelm security. Well, I wouldn't mind, but they'd better be civilized. The tenants here are real uppity, and most wouldn't take kindly to ghouls living here. Like I said, it's fine by me. Of course. I wonder if they've ever been to Underworld. Now there's an interesting vacation destination. Go make a name for yourself.
Don't be silly. I know enough about them to make being friendly awkward at best. Besides, I much prefer spending all my time with you. Hello.
Yeah.
Introductions are in order. I am Mrs. Edgar Wellington. You may refer to me as Madam or My Lady Wellington. You're better mannered than your apparent breeding would indicate. It is nice to make your acquaintance. You didn't happen to catch a glimpse of any ghouls on your way in here, did you? I do hope you're not referring to me. I'm certainly a better conversationalist than some stupid ghoul, and I smell better, too. Things haven't been the same since those ghouls showed up. Has everyone on edge. Bye.
Yes? Edgar Wellington II. Have you met my wife, Millicent? Hold on. Who let you in here? Very well. As long as security is aware of your presence. Can't be too careful these days, what with these ghouls and all. Gustavo says he has the situation well in order, but I wonder if he's really trying. Don't suppose you ran into any ghouls on your way in here? Then you obviously don't know anything about ghouls. It's the place to live, the only place one finds any modicum of civilization and breeding. Of course those ghouls are trying to move in here. Can you fancy that? Disgusting zombies living in a place like this? Really now? There's a pack of zombies living nearby in some old tunnel. They asked to move in. Naturally, they were told to go to hell. Gustavo's hired some additional goons. Seems to be working. Still makes one a bit fidgety having those loathsome creatures around. I wouldn't even want them as slaves. I know you've been pressuring people into allowing ghouls to live here. Who do you think you are, harassing honest people like that? You should be ashamed of yourself. I certainly won't allow ghouls to live here. This is outrageous, preposterous, forced out by a bunch of dirty ghouls and some bleeding heart activist. Where will I live? How will I get there? I found a comfortable place, but now I must leave. When I die, it will be on your head.
I don't suppose there is someone else for you to talk to? Again with the ghouls! It's all anyone will gossip about. I can't help thinking about them. Doing things to us. Let's talk about something else. My neighbors might be out of their minds, but I am not. Those ghouls will not be living here. Damn it! This can't be happening. Why do you think I came here in the first place? To get away from ghouls, monsters, and scum like you. Now I'll have to start all over again. Where will I go? I already did. I hope one of your ghoul buddies kills you. You'll see.
Hello.
Hey!
I can smell the stink.
Mr. Tenpenny isn't taking callers. Hold on there a minute. Oh, all right, I'll let you in, but if Tenpenny hollers because he isn't expecting you, you're dead. You watch yourself. You cause any more trouble, and you will be dead.
Hey there. Is there something I can do for you? Later then.
Knight, you have a curious look about you. I presume you have something interesting to tell me. Oh, it's impolite for a gentleman to talk about himself, but I'd hope this magnificent tower would speak volumes. Some might say Tenpenny Tower is my crowning achievement, but no, my dear boy, it is just the beginning. Why, I do believe you've lost your mind. Ghouls living here? You're serious? I don't suppose I'd mind terribly if ghouls were to live here. And it would be a good bit of sport hunting them down if they misbehaved. I dare say, though, you'll have a bit of trouble convincing certain residents to go along with your novel proposition. Tell you what, if you can convince Mr. and Mrs. Wellington, Mr. Ling, Miss Montenegro, and Ms. Lancaster, those ghouls can live here. Have you seen me shoot? I'm quite proficient, if I do say so myself. You have a curious look about you. I presume you have something interesting to tell me. Well, if my tenants want ghoul neighbors, they can have them, though the ghouls must pay and follow the rules like everyone else. You're a clever one, aren't you? I'm glad this situation has been resolved. It's a bit crass, but here's a little something for your troubles. You have a curious look about you. Good day.
You take care of those ghouls yet? Watch your back.
Hello. What is it? Go live. What's the status on those tenpenny bigots? I'll be damned. Really? Good job, kid. I was willing to unleash the ferals and kill all those bigots. Guess I don't have to now. Here's a little something for your troubles. It'll help you deal with our feral brethren if you meet any. Get going.
Hey.
Hey, kid. I was wrong about you. Good job. Go live your life, kid.
Oh, hello there. Can't thank you enough. Stay out of trouble.
Haha. Hey there, bud. Thanks again for helping us get in here. Yeah, best get on your way.
Give me a second. Keep your panties on. Good. I'm not here for your entertainment.
I would surely have perished if it wasn't for Roy Phillips and his tower.
We're safe from the wasteland in here.
Don't know how you did it. I'd never allow those zombies room and board. But as long as Tenpenny keeps paying me, I'll stay. Watch yourself.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Hey, kid. It's weird, actually. I used to vacation here before the bombs dropped. Used to be a resort for the wealthy and powerful. I never thought I'd be the one fighting to get in here. Guess way back it used to be a plantation. Ironic, isn't it? Go live your life, kid.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Hi. Thanks for helping those ghouls. They really aren't so bad. Our new neighbors aren't so bad after all. And they have big appetites, so that's good for the cafe. Have a good one.
I'm quite well, thank you. How are you?
Charmed, I'm sure.
Hey, you're all my husband talks about now. Do you have any idea how annoying that is? I guess I don't mind those ghouls as much as I thought I would. Take care.
Care to wet your whistle? Cheers.
How are things?
I'm quite well, thank you.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Oh, hello there. Can't thank you enough. It's wonderful. Roy was right. This is the way to live. Be good.
Good to see you.
You watch yourself. You cause any more trouble and you'll be dead.
I'm here, at your back.
Hello, friend. Ghoul physiology is fascinating. People are happy and healthy for the most part, and those ghouls make great case studies. Did I mention I'm working on an important dissertation? Try not to break anything important.
Morning.
Morning.
Hey there.
Ah, hello.
Hey there.
Glad to see you were able to convince these people to open their minds a little. Those ghouls will liven things up around here for a long time. I'm surprised by my fellow tenants. I used to think they were all closed-minded idiots. Turns out they aren't so bad after all. Don't forget to have a little fun out there.
Morning. You'll get yours.
I have
soon.
nothing to say to you except this. Watch your... Welcome to Tenpenny Tower.
Hello. Hey, kid. Haha. Hey there, bud. Thanks again for helping us get in here. Beats the wasteland and 30 tunnels, that's for damn sure. Yeah, best get on your way.
Hello.
Take a real good look, because you won't be getting any of this. Those ghouls are disgusting, so I just spend all my time up here. Yeah, goodbye.
I hope things are going well. You today, sir? How may I serve you, master?
All of us here thank you for